Listen carefully because after the age of 75, your body often begins whispering the truth long before it ever screams. Some people reach 80 and still walk into a grocery store with confidence. They still prepare their own breakfast. They still remember appointments, laugh during conversations, climb a few steps without panic, and wake up with a reason to begin the day. Others sadly begin to shrink before anyone realizes what is happening. Their world becomes smaller. Their chair becomes their main place. Their voice becomes quieter. Their steps become shorter. Their hands become weaker. And little by little, life starts happening around them instead of through them. But here is what most people never hear from their doctor. Healthy aging is not only measured by blood tests, medication lists, or how many candles were on your last birthday cake. After 75, some of the most powerful signs of exceptional aging are hidden in simple daily abilities. Can you still get up from a chair without struggling? Can you still use your hands with control? Can you still walk with balance? Can you still remember why you entered a room? Can you still speak, laugh, plan, prepare food, move with purpose, and look forward to tomorrow? These small things may look ordinary, but after 75, they are not ordinary at all. They may be signs that your muscles, brain, circulation, nervous system, balance, and emotional health are still working together better than most people your age. My name is Dr. Michael Carter, and in today's video, I want to show you 6 simple things people between the ages of 75 and 85 can often still do when their body is aging exceptionally well. And no, this is not about being perfect. You do not need to run marathons. You do not need to lift heavy weights. You do not need to look young, act young, or pretend aging is not real. This is about something much more important: independence. Because after 75, independence is one of the greatest forms of health. Before we continue, if you are over 60, over 70, or you love someone who is aging, please subscribe to this channel and leave a like on this video. It helps more older adults learn how to protect their strength, balance, memory, and quality of life before decline becomes harder to reverse. Now let's begin with the first sign. The first thing that may show your body is aging exceptionally well is this: you can still rise from a chair without using your hands. This may sound too simple, but medically it reveals a lot. Getting up from a chair requires leg strength, hip mobility, balance, coordination, core stability, and confidence from your nervous system. It is not just a leg movement, it is a full-body test. Think about it. When you stand up from a chair, your brain has to send a message to your muscles. Your thighs must activate, your hips must shift forward, your feet must press into the ground. Your balance system must keep you from falling backward or forward. Your heart and circulation must adjust as you change position. All of that happens in just a few seconds. That is why, after 75, being able to stand from a chair smoothly is more important than many people realize. One of the first signs of physical decline in older adults is not always pain, it is hesitation. A person begins rocking back and forth before standing. Then they need one hand on the chair, then 2 hands. Then they avoid low chairs completely. Then they stop sitting in certain places because they are afraid they may not get back up. And before long, their world becomes smaller. Not because they cannot think clearly, not because they do not want to go out, but because their body no longer feels reliable. That is why this first ability matters so much. If you are between 75 and 85, and you can still rise from a chair without pushing heavily with your hands, your lower body strength is likely still protecting you. Your quadriceps, glutes, hips, and balance system are still giving you something precious: freedom. Now, I want you to be careful. Do not test this in a dangerous way. If you feel dizzy, weak, unstable, or at risk of falling, do not try this alone. Use support. Ask someone to stand nearby. Safety always comes first. But as a general sign, standing from a chair is one of those simple abilities that tells a powerful story. Because after 75, strong legs are not about appearance. Strong legs are about being able to use the bathroom alone. Strong legs are about getting out of bed safely. Strong legs are about walking to the kitchen. Strong legs are about stepping into a car, visiting family, going to church, shopping for food, and continuing to participate in your own life. And here is something important. Many older adults lose this ability not because they are too old, but because they slowly stop practicing it. They sit longer, they avoid stairs, they rely more on support, they move less because movement feels uncomfortable. Then, because they move less, the muscles weaken even more. This is the cycle that quietly steals independence. But the opposite is also true. Every time you stand up with control, walk a little, use your legs, and keep your muscles active, you are sending your body a message. We still need this strength. And the body often responds to what we ask from it consistently. Now let's move to the second sign. The second thing that may show your body is aging exceptionally well is this. You can still walk across a room without shuffling, drifting, or needing to look down the entire time. Walking may seem automatic, but after 75, it becomes one of the clearest windows into your overall health. A healthy walk requires your brain, eyes, inner ear, feet, joints, muscles, circulation, and reflexes to work together. When an older adult walks with steady steps, lifts the feet well, turns safely, and does not constantly reach for walls or furniture, that often suggests the nervous system and body are still communicating effectively. But when walking begins to change, the signs can be subtle. The steps become shorter. The feet start dragging slightly. The person begins looking down all the time. They hold furniture as they move through the house. They stop turning quickly. They avoid uneven sidewalks. They say, "I just don't feel as confident anymore." That loss of confidence matters, because many falls happen before a person fully realizes their balance has changed. This is why walking quality is so important after 75. It is not only about how far you can walk, it is about how well you walk. Can you walk from the bedroom to the kitchen with control? Can you turn around without grabbing something? Can you lift your feet instead of sliding them? Can you walk while carrying a light object safely? Can you stop, turn, and restart without feeling confused or unstable? These details matter. And if you can still walk with rhythm, posture, and confidence between 75 and 85, that is a strong sign your body is still aging well. Now, this does not mean you should ignore changes. If you notice new dizziness, sudden weakness, numbness, chest discomfort, shortness of breath, confusion, or a sudden change in walking, that is not something to brush off as normal aging. That deserves medical attention. But for many people, walking declines slowly because they stop challenging the body safely. They sit too much. They avoid going outside. They stop walking after meals. They stop practicing balance. They stop using stairs completely. And the body adapts to a smaller life. That is one of the hardest truths about aging. The body becomes very good at doing only what you ask it to do. If you ask it only to sit, it becomes better at sitting. If you ask it only to move from bed to chair, it becomes better at surviving inside a tiny routine. But if you keep asking it to walk safely, stand, turn, reach, step, and move through real life, you give your body a reason to preserve those abilities. This is why some people at 82 still seem alive in their movements, not because they never aged, but because they never fully stopped participating. So, if you are between 75 and 85 and you can still stand from a chair with control and walk across a room with steady steps, do not take that lightly. Those are not small things. Those are signs of independence. Those are signs of strength. Those are signs that your body may be aging far better than you realize. And in the next part, I will show you 2 more abilities that reveal something powerful about your brain, your hands, your coordination, and even your risk of losing independence. Before you go, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and comment below with your age. Are you 75, 80, 85, or helping someone in that age range? Dr. Michael Carter reads the comments, and your answer helps us create videos that speak directly to what older adults are truly facing. Now let's continue with the third sign. Your body may be aging exceptionally well between the ages of 75 and 85. And this one is often ignored until it becomes a serious problem. The third thing is this. You can still use your hands with control and purpose. Most people think aging is only about the legs, the heart, or memory. But after 75, your hands can reveal a surprising amount about your nervous system, coordination, strength, and independence. Think about how much of your life depends on your hands. Buttoning a shirt, opening a jar, holding a coffee cup, writing a note, turning a key, using a fork, cutting vegetables, brushing your teeth, taking medication safely, holding a phone, preparing a simple meal. These actions may seem small, but they require a beautiful connection between your brain, nerves, muscles, joints, eyes, and attention. When the hands are still active, the brain is still receiving signals from the world. When the fingers still grip, reach, twist, fold, write, stir, and prepare, the body is still participating in life. But when older adults slowly stop using their hands, decline can become faster than they expect. It usually begins quietly. Someone stops cooking because ordering food is easier. They stop writing because typing is easier. They stop folding clothes because someone else does it. They stop gardening because bending feels uncomfortable. They stop preparing fresh food because packaged meals are simpler. At first, it feels like convenience. But over time, the hands lose strength. The fingers become stiffer. Coordination becomes slower. The brain receives less stimulation, and the person may not notice what is disappearing until ordinary tasks suddenly feel frustrating. One day, the jar will not open. One day, the shirt button feels impossible. One day, handwriting looks shaky. One day, a cup feels less secure in the hand. And that moment can be emotionally painful because losing hand control does not only affect function, it affects dignity. After 75, the ability to use your hands is part of freedom. It means you can feed yourself. It means you can dress yourself. It means you can care for your home. It means you can sign your name. It means you can prepare food instead of depending entirely on someone else. It means you still have contact with the physical world. This is why I often tell older adults, do not retire your hands too early. Let them work safely. Let them fold towels. Let them stir soup. Let them peel a banana. Let them water plants. Let them write a birthday card. Let them organize drawers. Let them hold a book. Let them do small repairs, small movements, small daily tasks. Because those small movements are not meaningless. They are signals. Every time you use your fingers with intention, you are challenging coordination, attention, grip, strength, and memory. Now, of course, if you have arthritis, neuropathy, tremors, weakness, or pain, you should not force painful movement. You should speak with a qualified healthcare professional and adapt activities safely. But the principle remains powerful. The body protects what it uses. And after 75, small hand tasks can be a form of daily neurological exercise. So if you are between 75 and 85 and you can still prepare food, button clothes, write, hold objects securely, or perform small tasks with your fingers, your body may be showing a very positive sign. Your hands are still connected to your brain. Your brain is still connected to your environment. And you are still connected to your daily life. Now let's move to the fourth sign. The fourth thing that may show your body is aging exceptionally well is this. You can still remember and follow a simple daily routine. This may not sound impressive at first, but it is one of the strongest signs of healthy aging. A routine requires memory, planning, attention, emotional stability, and executive function. When you wake up, prepare breakfast, take medications correctly, check the time, remember an appointment, water the plants, call a family member, go for a short walk, or prepare for bed in a consistent way, your brain is doing more work than you realize. It is organizing time. It is sequencing actions. It is connecting yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And after 75, that is incredibly important. Many people fear memory loss only when someone forgets names or repeats the same question. But cognitive decline often appears earlier in daily structure. A person begins missing meals. They forget medication. They leave items in strange places. They lose track of bills. They stop knowing what day it is. They wake up with no clear rhythm. They sit for hours because nothing in the day pulls them forward. And slowly, the mind loses its relationship with time. That is why a simple daily routine is more than a schedule. It is a protective structure for the brain. When your day has rhythm, your brain has anchors: morning light, breakfast, movement, conversation, medication, a small task, a planned rest, dinner, evening routine, sleep. These anchors help the brain feel oriented and safe. Without them, days can blur together, especially for older adults who live alone or have lost a spouse. And when days blur together, motivation often drops. Sleep can become irregular, meals become inconsistent, the person becomes more isolated, and emotional health begins to suffer. This is why older adults who age well often protect ordinary routines with surprising seriousness. They may wake up around the same time. They may make tea or coffee the same way. They may read the paper. They may walk at the same hour. They may call someone every afternoon. They may prepare clothes for the next day. These rituals may look simple from the outside, but inside the brain, they are powerful. They reduce decision fatigue. They support memory. They give the day shape. They remind the person, I am still part of life. And that matters more than most people understand. Because one of the most dangerous things after 75 is not just physical weakness. It is losing the feeling that the day has a purpose. If you are 75, 80, or 85 and you still have a rhythm to your day, protect it. Do not underestimate it. A stable routine can support sleep, appetite, mood, medication safety, and mental clarity. Now I want to be clear. Forgetting something occasionally does not mean something terrible is happening. Everyone forgets things sometimes. But if memory problems are becoming frequent, worsening, affecting safety, or making daily life difficult, it is important to talk with a doctor. Early evaluation can make a major difference, but if you can still organize your morning, remember your basic tasks, follow a familiar rhythm, and keep your day moving, that is a very meaningful sign. It means your mind is still creating order. And order is one of the quiet foundations of independence. Now, before we go to the next part, I want you to think about something. Many older adults do not lose independence in one dramatic moment. They lose it when small abilities stop being practiced. Hands stop working, routines disappear, movement decreases, conversations become rare, purpose fades. Then one day the person looks around and realizes life has become much smaller. But the good news is this: small abilities can also protect you. Using your hands, keeping a routine, standing with control, walking with confidence. These are not just habits. They are signs that your body and brain are still fighting for independence. And if you can still do these things between 75 and 85, you should feel encouraged. Not arrogant, not careless, but encouraged. Because your body may be aging exceptionally well. Now let's finish with the final two signs your body may be aging exceptionally well between the ages of 75 and 85. And these two are important because healthy aging is not only about muscles, balance, or memory, it is also about connection. Because one of the most dangerous parts of aging is not always disease. Sometimes it is silence. The fifth thing that may show your body is aging exceptionally well is this: you still use your voice every day. You speak, you greet people, you ask questions, you laugh, you tell stories, you call someone, you read something out loud, you pray out loud, you sing quietly in the kitchen, you talk to a pet, a neighbor, a cashier, a friend, or a family member. That may sound simple, but after 75, your voice is a powerful sign that you are still emotionally connected to life. Many older adults slowly stop speaking without realizing it. They live alone. They eat alone. They watch television for hours. They go through an entire day with only a few words spoken. At first it feels normal. Then silence becomes a habit. Then loneliness becomes heavier. And over time, the mind can begin to feel disconnected from the world. That is why daily conversation matters so much. Your voice is not just communication. It is activation. When you speak, your brain organizes thoughts. Your memory works. Your emotions move. Your lungs, mouth, face, and nervous system all participate. Even a short conversation can wake up parts of the brain that isolation slowly weakens. So, if you are between 75 and 85 and you still talk every day, laugh with someone, greet people warmly, or share your thoughts, that is a meaningful sign. It means you are still reaching outward. And after 75, reaching outward is health. Now, the sixth and final sign is this. You still look forward to something. This may be the most emotional sign of all, because a body can be alive while the person inside has stopped expecting anything from life. But people who age exceptionally well usually still have something small waiting for them. A morning cup of coffee, a favorite breakfast, a walk outside, a phone call from a grandchild, a church service, a television program, a garden, a pet, a Sunday meal, a book, a small project, a reason to get dressed. It does not need to be impressive. It only needs to matter, because anticipation keeps the mind connected to tomorrow. When you look forward to something, your brain receives a message. There is still more life ahead. That message is powerful. Many older adults begin declining emotionally when every day becomes the same. No plans, no small goals, no visits, no purpose, no reason to prepare. And when the future disappears emotionally, the body often follows. That is why protecting small moments of anticipation is so important after 75. You do not need a dramatic dream. You just need something that pulls you gently forward, something that makes you say, "Tomorrow, I want to be here for that." So let's review the 6 signs. If you are between 75 and 85 and you can still rise from a chair with control, walk steadily across a room, use your hands with purpose, follow a simple daily routine, use your voice every day, and look forward to something, your body may be aging exceptionally well. These are not small things. They are signs of strength, signs of coordination, signs of memory, signs of emotional life, signs of independence, and most importantly, they are signs that your body, brain, and spirit are still working together. But remember, this video is for educational purposes only. It is not a diagnosis or a replacement for medical care. If you notice sudden weakness, dizziness, confusion, chest pain, shortness of breath, changes in walking, frequent falls, or memory problems that are getting worse, please speak with a qualified healthcare professional. Aging well does not mean ignoring warning signs. It means paying attention early. My name is Dr. Michael Carter, and if this video helped you, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share it with someone over 70 who needs encouragement today. And before you go, comment your age below. Are you 75, 80, 85, or caring for someone in that stage of life? Your answer helps us create videos that speak directly to the real challenges of aging. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.